He has probably been described that. From the Manchester Evening News, chief Manchester United correspondent, basically saying that Erik ten Hag is targeting Victor Osimhen as he draws up his short and long list for the summer transfer market for a striker, which is a priority. He goes on to mention that many Manchester United fans, myself included, feel that Manchester United should be targeting a striker in January, but Manchester United are reluctant to do that, preferring to wait until the summer over January. And what I would say about Victor Osimhen is, if you are taken aback or on board with us signing Victor Osimhen, then you are not going to get him in January. Napoli are having a fantastic season. Napoli are top of Serie A. Napoli are one of the best teams in Europe, as has already been displayed, as they topped the group with Liverpool in it in the Champions League. They've had a pretty good draw in the next round. I mean, about Liverpool when it wish they'd finished top now, because they've drawn Real Madrid. So Napoli are in a better position than Manchester United, and Victor Osimhen would be foolish to want to leave in January, and Napoli would not sell him in January. So it goes back to this old conversation, doesn't it? If you want a Victor Osimhen, you're not getting a striker in January, and we will wait till the summer. If you want a striker in January, you're going to have to go with somebody like a Gakpo or whoever. Ultimately, it comes down to what Ten Hag wants, and I think, as we discussed last night, it will come down to what Cristiano Ronaldo does in January. Because if Ronaldo stays till May, and then he leaves, then you could go for Victor Osimhen. But there's no guarantee he will do that. I just want to say, Avery says that Osimhen is a worker. I think Osimhen does tick a lot of the boxes, and I can certainly see why Erik ten Hag would want him. He's an out-and-out number 9. He's pretty good in the air. He's strong. He's fast. His link-up play is good. He can finish. He's been from the French league to the Italian league, and he's been very successful, which shows that he knows what he's on about. And it will do his education. He's still in his early 20s fantastically well by being in Serie A. The problem I have with this deal is that I don't think we'd be the only club looking at him. I think he's the profile of striker that actually would have a lot of clubs looking at him. And I also think that it would cost a massive amount of money. And I'm not saying it would be too much money, but I don't think Osimhen is a £100 million striker. But I think that is what Napoli will want. And what I mean by a £100 million striker is, when you spend £100 million on Haaland, which Man City did, if you add it all together, you're getting that star quality. With Osimhen, is he really on the same page as somebody like a Haaland? And yet you'd have to pay that fee. There's an element of risk to that. There's competition for him as well. We could wait for the summer, but there's no... My problem with it is, we could say we're ignoring the January transfer window to buy Victor Osimhen in the summer. We could miss out on him and end up buying somebody we could have got in January anyway. We might not get Victor Osimhen in the summer, and then we might just get Gakpo or someone like that. And then you go, well, I don't think Man United will have a deal with Osimhen written out with Napoli and Osimhen now, knowing that they're going to get him in the summer, is my point. If they did, fine. But there's no way they've got a deal in place with Osimhen for the summer. So in which case, anybody who says, let's wait till the summer for Victor Osimhen, the reality is, let's wait till the summer and see if we can get Osimhen, and then we probably won't anyway. Why would we wait till the summer when the market is more competitive, says Wakas. 2 different priorities, says... Luke says, I'm going to the game tomorrow. Where would I find Adam after the game to give my thoughts? I would hoping for win. I don't know, Luke. I don't know where he stands, to be honest. I know it used to be like down near Hotel Football, but I don't know now. And Joshua says, 2 different priorities in as many days, Osimhen and Bellingham. No chance we can afford both. No, and I don't think Bellingham's realistic anyway. I don't think either of them. Now, Malik says, what about the injuries? No, I'm not having this, though. I mean, look, I can say I don't think we're going to do the deal. I can say that I think it's out of our reach. But I will always defend Osimhen on his injury record, because people start saying he's injury prone, but then you look at his injuries, and most of them are from the moves up. Men don't have boobs. We have moobs. Sportsmen don't have moobs. What do you call it? Nipples? I don't know. Anyway, most of his injuries are from here up. He's had shoulder problems, jaw problem. That's not injury prone. That's just bad luck. I've never known a footballer who's injury prone because he's had a lot of injuries above the breast. So no, I don't think he's injury prone at all. He's not had loads of injuries with like thighs and ankles or knees or anything like that. So I don't think he can be described as injury prone, to be honest with you. I'd describe him as a very, very good player. that we could actually go and get. But last time that happened, Marsh scored a hat-trick. If you know, you know. No, I describe him as a really good player, and certainly a player that I can understand why Manchester United would prioritise it. But not in a million years do I think we'll get this deal done. And I think it would be naive of Manchester United to think they can do that deal. And it would be ridiculously naive of Manchester United to say, we're not going to buy anyone in January because we're targeting Osimhen in the summer. Because that can be perceived in two ways. One, they genuinely think that they are waiting till the summer to get someone of the quality of Osimhen and they miss out. Or two, they're just saying that to move fans past January. Either way, I don't think we'll end up with Osimhen in the summer. And Napoli are ridiculously hard to deal with, by the way. Napoli paid 70 million for Osimhen. I think it was euros, but 70 million something. They're going to want around 100 to 130 million euros, I would say, for Osimhen. They're going to, and we tried to get Koulibaly out of them before, and they don't do it. Hi Mark, bit random, but could you shout out my 9-a-side team and say, come on Samo and Vibes FC? There you go, Earth, we've done that. Thank you very much for your super chat. So the player that I think that Manchester United will end up buying this summer is Harry Kane. I'll let that settle. I think we will probably end up spending big on Harry Kane. I don't see Man United getting Osimhen for 100 million. I see Manchester United getting Harry Kane for 80 million. That's what I see. I don't think we'll go for Osimhen. I don't think we'll be able to compete for Osimhen. And I don't think we'll want to spend the money on Osimhen. I think we will go... I think we will go for Harry Kane. And I know that will please people like Robert McCormack, but that's where I think we're going to go. I've been thinking about it for weeks. I think that's the striker we're going to go for. And I don't think we'll see a lot of stories about it because Harry Kane plays for Spurs. They're a direct rival. I think this is the story that maybe we'll hear a little bit about it March, April, May time. But I think as soon as the season finishes, we'll suddenly get loads of stories about Harry Kane. And I think that's where United are going to go. I think United will move for Harry Kane. I think a lot of things have to move into place, but he's got 1 year left on his contract in the summer. Now, Spurs will drive a hard bargain because that's what they do. We're not going to get Harry Kane for 40 million because he's got a year left on his contract. I think Hazard went for about 80 million with a year on his contract. Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in the world, so debatable or not, he is classed as that. I think United will go for Harry Kane for about 80 million quid. And I think they'll see that as good business because he's a Premier League proven striker, one of the best strikers in the world, and they'll see that as 80 million.